Hey there, awesome accounting student. Mark Franke here. This is a video on preparing working papers in accounting. So this is going to go through some of the techniques and the style that accountants use when preparing information. Keep in mind, accountants do work for other people. So we have to make sure that when we document our work in the form of a work paper, that we don't have any numbers that aren't labeled and that it's easy to follow so that somebody looking at it can get the information that they're looking for. So all of the assignments in the class are exercises and problems at the end of the chapter. You have to do the problems 2 times and the exercises 2 times. Once in pencil and then once in Connect. Connect is the homework system that we use with our textbook from McGraw-Hill. If you haven't used Connect yet, you will, and I will provide a video on how to get in there and how to navigate around. But the point is, you're going to do the work twice. And you're going to do it once in pencil, and then you're going to put it into Connect. In effect, what you're doing is you are correcting your own homework. So, in front of me is a problem from Accounting 100. It's 2-4B. Number 1, I need your name on every piece of paper. Your name should be on every piece of paper you submit, as well as a well-labeled problem number or exercise that you're doing. In this case, this is problem 2-4B, which I did in pencil on these 2 working papers. So I used a program called Cam Scanner to get it into a PDF format so I could upload it to present it to you. You will be uploading these worksheets into your into Canvas in the appropriate place. We'll talk more about that in the orientation. But the one thing I want to make sure of is that you have your name, the problem number, and then remember, we're documenting this information for other people. So if we look at this particular spreadsheet that's here in front of you, this is Catherine Proctor, an attorney. This is problem 2-4B, and I've prepared an income statement and a statement of owner's equity, and then on the second page, a balance sheet. This is a very simple set of financial statements, but I want to point out a few things. Number 1, it's on 2 pages. So when you scan it, make sure if you have 2 pages or 5 pages or 10 pages, scan them. The Cam Scanner is the program to use, and you can scan it in using your phone and then consolidate them into one package. I would like for you to put all the work papers for each chapter together and then submit them. The format for financial statements and for virtually everything we do in accounting needs a heading. We want the name of the company, the name of the statement, and the date. These are 3 pieces of information that a reader of financial information will always want to know. Who's the company? What is this statement trying to do? And then what date is it covering? In this case, this is for the month ended August 31, 2020. That goes on the income statement. With an income statement, we want to go from revenue to net income. Dollar signs come in pairs. They go at the top and the bottom. And anytime we're done with a schedule or a statement, we put double lines. That's right down here. I've put double lines below this. Anytime you do a math function, you need to draw a line. Your numbers should line up. You notice how the commas on each one of these lines up. The numbers, the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, they all line up. Make them line up. Your handwriting doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be legible. I think most people would be able to read this, this spreadsheet or this worksheet. Do not abbreviate. That's a bad habit. We don't do that in accounting. Don't do it. Don't put SEP for September. Don't put DEC for December. Write the words out. Even things like accounts receivable. Okay, so now for the balance sheet, because the balance sheet is a snapshot as of a moment in time, we don't put for the month ended. This is just at midnight on August 31st. Here's the balances. Again, $ top and bottom with a double line. I've drawn a line every place where I've done a math function. Now the balance sheet has two sets of $ because in effect the balance sheet is two statements. It's a statement of assets and it's a statement of liabilities and owner's equity. So that's why we have two sets of $ and two double lines. The double lines, if you're a musician, means we're stopping. If you see double lines on a piece of music, it's called railroad tracks. It means stop until a conductor moves you along, just for a little bit of music theory. So you need to show all your calculations. Now, in this case, we're talking about financial statements that have a very standard format that I've used here. But if I were doing a calculation that shows a quantity times a price, which is a total, put all of that down. Don't punch numbers into your calculator and just write the answer down. That's not what we do in accounting. You need to document every single calculation. Write it all down. So again, name and label at the top of every page. No abbreviations, show all calculations, $ top and bottom of the schedule. This is really, the $ are just for financial statements. You don't have to put $ on schedules and other things, but financial statements will look for that. Anytime you make a calculation, show your calculations like you learned in math class back in high school and middle school and elementary school. When you do a math function, draw a line so that you can show the reader, hey, I'm doing this calculation, and label everything and don't abbreviate. So that's the review. That's the way I'm going to look for work papers. Use the CAM scanner software, and then you can just upload them right into Canvas. If you have any questions about this, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you be successful. Until next time, be safe. Bye-bye.